Thanks for inviting us in. It's now 11 o'clock, and we want to begin tonight with disturbing allegations against a photographer in Connersville. Police tonight tell us that he used his business to inappropriately touch and take nude photos of children. Our Alex Almanza has been digging into the graphic court documents for us tonight. So, Alex, how did police learn about this?
Scott, court records reveal the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children sent several cyber tips concerning a Google Photos account where Mikkel Shepard allegedly uploaded hundreds of illegal photos, including him inappropriately touching victims. 22-year-old Mikkel Shepard faces multiple charges related to sex crimes against children after police say they received a tip that he produced and received hundreds of images of child sex abuse material. Police believe many of those photos were taken during photo shoots. According to court documents, on October 23rd, Google reported 15 tips to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children after hundreds of illegal images, which included children as young as 5, were uploaded to their photo storage cloud. Police say some of that media included Shepard fondling the victims. Attorney Christina Karabov works with the Zero Abuse Project. She's not involved with this case, but says it's one of the most frightening experiences a parent can have.
To think that you've taken your child somewhere safe, that you have your child with you, and that you're going for something like child photographs or family photographs, only to open up a news story and to realize that perhaps your trust has been betrayed by someone who was supposed to be providing a service to you and helping you to create memories.
The case was given a top priority designation, meaning police were able to move quickly and make an arrest at Shepard's home the very next day on October 24th. Police say Shepard admitted to using his business to access kids and that he received sexual gratification by taking photos of undressed children.
It was that if you did have photographs taken, to go ahead and collect the images that you've got, as well as perhaps any images of clothing that you wore to the photo shoot or changed into at the photo shoot, because that's what officers are going to use to make some identifications.
On Friday, the Connersville Police Department said more details on where potential victims can call to give additional information to investigators is in the works. Meanwhile, police say with such a large amount of data to sift through, more evidence and charges may follow. Right now, Shepard faces charges of child molesting, producing child pornography, possessing child pornography, and dissemination of child pornography. Scott.
Alex, thanks so much. Tonight at 11, Governor Mike Braun is now confirming plans to convene a special session to vote on a new congressional map for our state. The date is November 3rd. That's a week away. 7 days for both sides to make their final pitches. A spokesperson for Senate Republican told us the votes still are not there to support redistricting here in Indiana, but it hasn't been easy to pin down where state lawmakers stand on the issue. Right now, Republicans hold 7 of Indiana's 9 congressional seats. You see these in red. Democrats hold the 2 blue ones, including Andre Carson here in Indianapolis. Congressman Carson had a message for Republicans.
To do Trump's bidding, thinking that you will have some kind of gain that will open your vista of political opportunities is a grave mistake.
I would be against redistricting if I could trust our states, our fellow states like Illinois and California and New York to all play by the same rules. The problem is they're not.
That was Lieutenant Governor Micah Beckwith, who believes lawmakers will ultimately support this push to redraw the map. The Beckwith went on to say he hopes it'll force the U.S. Supreme Court to get involved and issue rules on redistricting. Tonight at 11, a group of Hoosiers gathered to make it clear to the governor they are against redistricting. We caught up with them at the Indiana Roof Ballroom, where Governor Braun was scheduled to attend the Indiana GOP Fall Dinner. Protest organizers say they walked from the Indiana State House over to the venue to make sure the governor heard their message. We've also seen thousands of Hoosiers sign petitions. Recent polls have shown a majority of people here in Indiana do not support redrawing the map mid-cycle.
I've been a Hoosier all my life, and so my roots are here, and of course there are many Hoosiers I feel that are lifelong, that share similar values. We're fair, we're honest, we're hardworking people, and it doesn't seem that those values are being represented right now.
Traditionally, congressional maps are redrawn after a census. We'll see if Indiana lawmakers buck that tradition next week. We're getting new clarity tonight on the impact of the government shutdown on Hoosier families that rely on SNAP benefits. We got our hands on a new letter sent from the Family and Social Services Administration to Indiana SNAP outreach partners. It says the FSSA will not issue November food assistance as long as the shutdown continues. 600,000 people here in Indiana rely on that money. Food banks in our state are now preparing to help, but resources are limited and they cannot compete with the expansive federal program.
The size of the SNAP benefits and the number of meals provided by SNAP is far more than the charitable system currently provides, and there's no way that they can make up that gap.
Kate Howe is the executive director of Indy Hunger Network. She told us October benefits will roll over to next month. And she says if you do receive SNAP benefits, start getting ready now and look into other services that can help. Angela has our weather right now.
Scott, we have a fair amount of cloud cover overhead and still keeping an eye on radar and a couple of showers still south and east of Indianapolis. We'll give you one close-up view of some sprinkles and a few spotty showers from Greensburg south to North Vernon. If we get any shower activity the next 24 hours, it would be across the southern part of the state thanks to this slow-moving weather system. The rest of us, nothing weather-wise to slow us down early tomorrow morning. Expecting morning temperatures in the middle and upper 40s, 55 at noon, a cloudy sky, and highs near 60 on Tuesday.
All right, Angela, thanks so much. Tonight, a child is in critical condition after a hit and run on the northwest side of Indianapolis. Police tonight are telling us they've detained someone in this case, but are not confirming how or even if the person was involved. Police say the car hit the child around 4 this afternoon near 34th and Allison Avenue, which is just east of Moeller Road. Investigators have not said how old the victim is, just calling the person a juvenile. If you have any information that can help police, please call IMPD or Crime Stoppers. A break-in at an Indianapolis church has police tonight looking for a suspect and church leaders with a message for that person. All of this unfolding over the weekend as Barnes United Methodist celebrated the church's 146th anniversary. People noticed a window broken by a brick. Reverend Charles Harrison says that person or people who did it got away with a router. It looks like someone tried to break into the church's food pantry. The Reverend told us the food pantry is open to the community once a month and they serve meals twice a week.
So we don't know if because of the hard times that people are experiencing right now, that someone was so desperate that they tried to get in the building. But we say as a church, all you had to do was come to us and we would have provided for you.
Reverend Harrison went on to say the church has security cameras and he's hoping the cameras help track down the suspect. In the meantime, he's not letting the broken window break their mission, helping support neighbors through faith and food. Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. An 18-year-old accused of planning a Valentine's Day shooting at Mooresville High School just accepted a plea deal. Trinity Shockley agreed to plead guilty to 1 count of conspiracy to commit murder. The plea deal calls for a 20-year sentence, 12 and a half of those years in prison. A Morgan County judge will sentence Shockley next month. Tonight, a man is under arrest after a shooting this morning on the north side of Indianapolis. Police tell us it happened on Primrose Avenue near 46th and Keystone. Police tell us a woman was injured, but she's said to be stable at the hospital. Officers found the 19-year-old suspect after a short car chase. He was arrested on preliminary charges of battery with a deadly weapon and fleeing. Tonight, investigators are working to identify a bicyclist hit and killed on the south side of Indy. This happened around 7 this morning in a dark area near Carson and Troy Avenue. Police tell us the driver of the car is cooperating tonight with that investigation. The Indiana Department of Health just announced the first death this year linked to the flu. Health leaders say flu season typically runs from October to May. They say more than 660 Hoosiers died from the flu last flu season. The CDC recommends everyone older than 6 months get a flu shot every year. Want to remind you, if you drive downtown, there's a stretch of Capitol Avenue that's now closed for the next several months. This closure runs from Louisiana Street to South Street. It's all part of the Union Station Rehabilitation Project. Crews are completing repairs to the Union Station overpass. Remember, you can find all of our latest local stories anytime on our 13 News app.